showtime.
Hey, Amir.
Don't forget to subscribe to Sharonatsea channel. Thank you.
Hey, it's showtime.
Hello, everyone.
It's showtime, Sharon. Are you excited for showtime?
Showtime.
Remember that guy? What was his name? A Myth?
Yeah.
He was so awesome. We just left him in that video. A Myth Sharma, I think was his name. And I don't know how I would remember that out of a million different names that we've heard on the cruises. But I miss that guy. I wonder what he's up to. Maybe one day we'll run into him again.
I think
you never
we
know.
might.
You never know. You never know.
He doesn't. He works on another cruise line now.
Well, we got to hunt him down. Like we've hunted down many people. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Monday Night Live. Can you hear us? Can you see us? Are we coming in loud and clear? Let me get the thumbs up from the chat first, if everyone can hear us. And guys, sit tight because tonight I am going to break down the entire what the heck happened to my name in the live stream chat issue, and I'm going to tell you how to solve it. Believe it or not, I'm going to tell you how to solve it.
And some people, it looks like, have their name with just numbers after it, and others have a totally different.
That's right, Sharon. That is right. We can see you. We can hear you. Said Shayna 91212. People are out there like, look, hey, this is me, but I'm not. It's me with a different name. I saw one guy, Rogers, out there with a name that's 100% different than his real name. I mean, it's just crazy. Nancy says she loves the bathroom changing. You've seen Nancy? Is that the first time you've seen that? So I changed that probably a couple months ago. I switched up the intro, but I think so many people have seen it so many times that they don't really pay a whole lot of attention to it. But it's great to see Nautical Nurse Nancy, who was your partner in crime.
Yeah.
For the big girls cruise that you guys just got off of.
We had a lot of fun.
I hope you're ready to dish the dirt because people want to know all the behind the scenes stuff that happened. You know, the cat fights, the drama, who might have had too many mimosas.
Any drama or cat fights.
Come on. Nothing?
We all got along great.
65 women together and nobody got into a cat fight?
No, we were all just dancing and having a good time. And,
I'm not believing that.
Yeah.
I'm not believing. I don't know if your roommate Marty will be here, but hopefully she wasn't over. Marty was the one person who had never been on a group cruise. And hold on, there she is right there. I see her right there. She just popped in.
There she is.
And I hope she was. I don't know whether.
Marty.
I wonder if she'll be eager to do it again, or she went home and told her husband never again. So we'll see. We'll see how it went. But welcome home. I missed you terribly, and I just want to say how nice you look tonight in that shirt. It's a favorite shirt, and one thing that we noticed is sometimes when you do these thumbnails, you know, you just take a picture from whatever and you throw it on there. So it just so happens that the thumbnail
this is not
that we put up.
Shirt.
See, this is the thumbnail. I just had this older shirt here, and Sharon noticed right before the live stream that in this picture she has that same shirt on, and then right here she's wearing the same shirt. If I would have wore the right shirt, nobody would have known that we didn't take that picture 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
How cool would that have been? Okay, I want to let a few people get in here because tonight I'm going to solve the issue with all the names, and you're going to talk about the Freedom Cruise and whatever else you guys want to talk about. We're going to cover all of it. And no, you're not going to really dish out any dirt because a few people were saying, "Wait, what happens on the girls' cruise stays on the girls' cruise." Is that true?
That's true, but we just had a lot of fun. I mean,
you did have a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. Sharon came home, did her laundry, put her stuff away. And she slept for about 18 hours, I think. Give or take a few minutes.
Well, not the same day. The next day.
Well, not the same day.
I did. I took the next day. I actually took a nap, and I don't ever take a nap really during the day. But yeah, I was tired because we stayed up late every night. I mean, I'll stay up late on a cruise, maybe like one night or 2 nights of a full week cruise, and the other nights I go to bed at a kind of a little more normal time.
Yes.
But we stayed up till it was probably after 1 before we went to sleep every night because I remember we were going to bed around 1. So probably by the time we got to sleep and everything, it was a little bit later. And we were up so early, like at 6:30 every morning because we had early port days and we had early things on the sea day. So we didn't get a lot of sleep.
Kathy Mark Spurgeon said, "Hey, Sharon and Jamie, my mom and I had such a great time. We're ready for number 3. But no talks yet. There have been no talks yet. I don't think Sharon and Nancy are just barely getting their stuff together. I'm sure Nancy is feverishly working on the vlogs as we speak. And Sharon got out her embarkation day video already. So we're rolling with that. DC VT9 TT said, how'd you like the Conquest class? I'm hopping on the Conquest in December for the first time in like 10 years after mostly being on newer ships. Yeah, class of the ship, the type of the ship, the Freedom. Give us a quick overview.
I mean, I like that class of ships. It's not my favorite class, but I do like it because it's a good mid-sized ship. That's actually the class of ships. It wasn't our first cruise, but was it our second? Like
some
third?
of our first or some of our early cruises.
It was like our
way back in the day.
Third cruise to probably our 6th or 7th cruise. We're all on different Conquest class ships. I mean, we went on the Valor, then we went on like the Liberty and the Conquest back years ago, the Glory. We went on all of those. We've been on the Freedom before, so we were on all of them. And then we just recently over the summer went on the Conquest again, and now the Freedom. So it's it's an older class of ships. It's nice. The layout's pretty easy to navigate, especially if you're new to cruising. It's a good maybe size for new cruisers to kind of get their bearings, get used to cruising and things.
I agree.
Versus a big, massive ship. But the Freedom, it had its issues, but it was good as well. So, I mean, we can talk about that in a little bit here.
Yes.
I'll
So
kind of
are
do a
you
quick
saying
little
so? The
review.
girls' cruise part of it was amazing.
Yeah.
And the cruise part of it was, I mean, listen, Carnival's been a little off base lately.
Yeah,
I mean,
it had
anyway.
its typical good and bad with Carnival. Yeah.
I'm not saying anything, but if I did say anything, and Sharon probably would get mad at me for saying something, but I would say if you guys go to a number 3, I think it's time to go off of Carnival and go in a different direction. But that's all I'm going to say. If you do it, that's all I'm going to say. And you and Nancy can have that conversation at another time. Nancy said the ship definitely rocked and it rolled.
Yeah,
you girls were rocking and rolling. I saw a lot of dancing
that's another
going
thing.
on.
The ship was it was especially in the evening. I mean, it was really rocking. Going down to the Bahamas.
Yes.
I haven't had a ship that rocky in quite a while. Just going to the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily, I didn't get seasick.
Did you put on your bands?
I did. One night I put them on just kind of as a precaution. I didn't really feel like I needed them at the time, but I just got a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So I put them on, and it was kind of funny because as I was packing and getting ready to go, I was kind of downsizing this time. I wasn't packing all my big toiletry bag like I do for the family and everything. I just put a few travel size things in a smaller bag for myself. And one thing I didn't pull out of our little medicine kind of bag is my sea bands. And I left them in there. And I think I mentioned to Jamie, I said, yeah, I don't think I'm going to take those this time. I don't think I'm going to need it. I'm trying to save any little space I can. And he's like, you should take them. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to need them. And
yes, I was a smart one. I came up with a great idea.
And so I'm maybe I'll just throw them in then. So I threw them in. And sure enough, I did put them on once. I don't know if I really needed them, but it was nice to kind of have them and just in case.
Well, and I heard that sometimes when the ship rocks, you can get you get a little stomach ache, you get a little nausea or something like that. But I heard that the ship had a brand new thing they were trying out. It was a certain odor that they were emitting through parts of the ship that would get into your cabin at times. That would help with it was like an anti-nausea odor. It smelled a little bit like a skunk or something. Yeah. Did you want to talk about that at all? Or
there was a lot of that.
There was a lot of anti-nausea
I have not been on a Carnival ship in the last probably 3 years that has not smelled like that quite a bit. Over the summer, it was really bad. In fact, on the Conquest, our cabin smelled like it. For most of the time, we thought it was the neighbors next door. It may have been, but we're really not sure. But it was coming into our cabin, and then when we went outside, we smelt it really strong. So it was coming in somewhere from the outside.
Well, hold on. Your neighbors next door were Mary and Wendy. You thought it was them?
I'm talking about the Conquest.
Were the girls there?
No.
Sneaking a little something? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you meant on the girls' cruise.
Now, this time on the girls' cruise, the same thing happened. Yes. We came into our cabin, and our cabin smelled. We could smell it on the balcony. We knew it wasn't our neighbors next door because we were cruising with them. Then there was I guess another couple next door, and it was funny because we'd walked out in the hall. He walked out in the hall at the same time, and he was like trying to figure out who it was too. And so we knew it wasn't him because we had a conversation with him, and he said, "Yeah, they've been." trying to figure it out. It's been reported, but they trying to figure out where it's coming from. They're not sure. So, but it smelled like that the whole cruise until the very last day. We didn't really smell it anymore, and we had heard that they had arrested someone on the ship somewhere around in the area, and so that must have been the one they arrested because it didn't smell any longer.
It's not like the 1970s anymore. That stuff stinks to the high heavens. And hey, what you do in your own time is your own business. But there's still a no smoking rule on the ship and in certain areas. And unfortunately, that stuff is still considered illegal on the ship, whether you like it, whether not. And if you come from a state where it's legal, because I know it's probably legal in about 25 or 30 states now, recreationally. And but you're just not supposed to bring it. And it's just so strong.
Yeah. Well,
like, it's like if you took some, like, let's say you sit down next to someone who's got a lot of cologne on. And you're like, whoa, boy, that's a strong cologne.
I
you multiply that by 10
on
sometimes.
The plane.
And you're like, oh my God.
I had that on the plane coming home. I sat down and I was on the aisle seat, and there was a guy on my first flight home. There was a guy that sat in the middle seat.
Yes.
And when he sat down, his cologne was so strong. It's like I felt like my eyes were watering. And I was like, I don't know. You got to think of those things when you're traveling in a small area that's enclosed with other people. Don't
so you had a lot of
don't put cologne and perfume.
Was his shirt unbuttoned if he like with the unbutton?
No.
Did he go, hello, my name is Ricardo.
No.
I'd like to meet you.
But,
no? Okay.
Yeah, but it was just so strong. So,
okay.
And but anyways, yeah, so but that's just typical of Carnival these days, and I don't know
we smelled it on other cruise lines, have we not? We've gotten a whiff on
not bad.
Royal, and I don't know if I've
But never in our cabin. Never in our cabin.
You know what? You're right about
Sometimes you may walk somewhere and smell a little light smell of it.
You get a waft of it.
But never in our cabin.
You are right about that.
And that's the thing. I don't care what people do on the ship, whatever they're doing in their cabin or wherever they are, but I don't want to smell it in my cabin.
I have a theory.
So
maybe it's the crew. They're lighting up in the cabin, and then they're leaving, and then you're blaming it on somebody else on the ship, and it's the easiest way to not get caught. It's like when the guys on Breaking Bad were going in and doing their business in people's houses when they were getting fumigated. Like they're just like it's right there, like hiding in open spaces.
Stephen already said the smell was terrible. The drug dogs did not do their job. Yeah. So one thing, a few people were talking about is when you're getting on board, they had us set our bags down on the ground, and then we had to back up against the wall. So the dog came through and sniffed all the bags. Mm-hmm. But one thing they didn't really sniff, and they weren't as close to, were the people. So if someone had something, maybe the smell masks with something, and then they had it in their pockets or something, the dog may not have picked that up because the dog was just sniffing the bags and all the people were standing back. So that may be one way that they're getting it on board. So they really need to have people kind of walk more like they do at the airport, where the dog sniffs the bags and the people.
Yeah.
I think
that's a good idea.
That might help a little bit.
Well, the one thing, sometimes I think people, put it down their pants. But then if you get a dog that's a little violent and that dog goes and takes a bite out of crime, then you don't want to get in the middle of that. Tessa Almond said, the only drama I saw was the last night of the second leg. Man got drunk, bumped into somebody, spilled a drink. Next thing you know, he's yelling and screaming at 5 security guards. So that'll happen.
I missed that one.
Well, that was the second leg because her and her partner in crime there, Pam Schultz, did a little back to back. So that was a good time. A couple of ladies did a back to back, so that's always cool.
Yeah, there were a few.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So overall, you had a great time.
Yeah, had a great time.
All right. Well, that's good. It was good. I saw the videos. I saw a lot of people having fun. I didn't see any needle points. I didn't see any of that. I didn't see any, trivia for older ladies, for mature ladies or anything. So it looks like you guys really tore it up. I will tell you what, that the boys trip that's going to be coming up next year, we're going to have to step it up a little. So if there any of you guys are out there right now and you're planning on being part of this little jammer here, the Jimmy Jamboree, guys, we need to step it up. I mean, we're pushing about 20 folks on that one. Hopefully we can get a few more before the time comes. April 10 to 13, 3 nights from Miami. Contact Sharon for details. The prices include the drink package, which we're going to be getting our money's worth on, and some specialty dining, so check that out. But that's going to be hot fire, and we're going to have to step it up because you girls you did a great job. You and Nancy both did a great job. Looked like Nancy was having a great time with Hannah and doing her thing, and And the
We had
the
a
one
fun,
nice thing about that, what you got going on there, the two of you, is there's so many people, like everyone knows each other.
Most everyone, and if they didn't, then they know everyone now. So so everyone's
so that
very
always works
friendly.
out very well. All right, listen, I want to talk about this whole thing with the names in the chat. If you guys are interested, and I hope I don't bore you to death, I'll just spend a couple minutes on it. But a couple weeks ago, everyone started noticing in the chat that when you used to use your own name in the chat, let me pull up the chat right here so I can give an example or two. When you use your own name, you just had your name there. For instance, I'll use her as a great example. There's someone that says I like it 05. Well, that's Wendy Johnson and Wendy Johnston and what did I say, Johnson?
I don't know, Johnstone.
Johnstone.
Oh my God, how did you not say that right?
That's Wendy Jameson, our good friend, and so Wendy Manhattan we call it. So Wendy Johnstone. But her name changed, and some people it changed, some people it didn't change, but everyone had the @ sign added, and there are people like, hey, what's up, Timothy Walters? Great to see you out there, bro. A lot of people have had numbers added to the end of theirs. Some people have totally changed and stuff like that, and some didn't really change at all, like Tessalman just says @Tessalman. But what happened was that when it comes to YouTube, everybody that has a name in the chat right now has basically created their own YouTube channel. You've logged in and signed up on YouTube, and then you have a name on YouTube. So you log into YouTube to watch videos and stuff, and you can immediately start posting your own videos if you want to. And when you created that YouTube name or that YouTube channel, you put in a handle, which is a unique identifying name that no one else has. And then you also put in just your own name. Now that name can be repeated. You could have 5 Wendy Johnstones in the same chat with a bunch of people being that name. So what's happened is that in the past it was your standard name.
I thought that was up.
As what's that? No. I'm just talking in general right now about it, and then I'm going to show you a little bit on the screen. So yes, Ken Brubaker, you're a vlogger now. You can post videos by just going to your YouTube. So I'm going to show you this. I have stuff that I can show you here. Hang on. You guys are going to be so impressed by this. You're going to be like, oh my God. Okay. So let's say if you've seen me before, I also am Jamie at sharonatsea. If I log in on my own, sometimes I do that. And sometimes we're just Sharonatsea Travel. So if I were to go to my own YouTube and I put in Jamie at Sharonatsea, here's one of my my favorite videos. Of course, a lot of football videos on there and stuff that I watch myself. And if you look all the way in the top right, you'll see a little picture of me up there. I'm hoping that you can see it. Let me see if I can make this.
I can see it on here.
You can see it. Let me make it a little bit bigger. So at the top right, you see a little picture of me. So that's what Jamie at Sharonatsea Travel looks like. And if I were to click that picture, then it would take me to the next page, which would be my main page. And from this page here, it says I'm Jamie from Sharonatsea Travel. Then it also says @Jamie from Sharonatsea Travel. And right there is my name and my handle. And also funny, it says I have 67 subscribers, and notice I don't have any videos. But thanks for subscribing to my channel, and maybe one day I'll put a video up there. So then it says, customize channel, manage videos, which I don't have any, and stuff like that. So the next thing I want to do is if I go to customize channel, okay, if I go to customize channel, then you'll see a few things. You can put your own banner. You can put your picture, which is me. There's my little cute face with the blue background. And below that is my name. And below that is my handle. So if you guys who had your name changed, if you do that and you go and look at that, then you will find that is where you will see the difference. Your name is what used to show up on YouTube in the chat, but now it's your handle that's showing up there. And I hope that makes a little bit of sense. And the reason that YouTube is doing that is for safety, and so people can't go in and pretend to be someone else. Because I think a lot of people are going in and using someone else's name, and that's messing them up a little bit. So let me see if I can, I don't know if I need to make this any bigger, or if everybody kind of gets the picture. But again, so there you go. So you have a name, and that's a channel name that represents you and your content. You can change that twice in 14 days. So if you want to change it, you can, but don't change it a whole bunch. Then you have your handle. That's a unique handle, and you can change your handle. Let's see. Within, you can change your handle back at 14 days. Handles can be changed twice every 14 days. Okay, so you can change those as well, it looks like. So you can change either one of those. And if you want to change them both to try to find a name that you like that makes sense to you, then that's the way to go. So I don't know. Let me see if anybody's got any questions in the chat about that. Or if they're going to be like, holy mackerel. Let's see. Jan Rules, what's going on? Hello. Nice to see you. Yes, people are saying, I'm just checking what mine is. Chris and Jones Travel. Let's see, what else do we have? My Sharena. Hello, my Sharena. Thank you so much for the lovely message.
Jamie's got your video.
I got your video, I got your message, and now I've got your name locked down. My Sharena. Let's make it official. Yes, it's difficult because I'm trying to recognize the names of all my friends. I don't know who is who with these usernames. I know, Marty, it's a little bit tricky, so you just hang in there. If someone says hi, just say hi back to them, and that's all you got to worry about. Yeah, see, you got just Jen with 20 numbers saying hi. It's Jenny.
Oh.
Bill Leach, thank you, buddy. How about those Chargers? They're looking good for the moment. Let's see. Kelly Ronaldo said, "Oh my God, way over my head." Oh, stop it, Kelly. It's not way over your head. You don't listen, Kelly. If you don't fix it by New Year's, we'll fix it on the cruise ship. How's that sound? Crazy Cat Traveler says, apparently I have 6 subscribers. See, people are learning all kinds of things. Let's see. Good tutorial, Jamie. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Mr. Z, what's going on? Kristen Joan Travel says, we're at 524 subscribers. Can we get to 600? You got to ask the people. Don't ask us. You got to ask the people. Roger and I share an account with no ads. It's complicated, said Wendy, also known as I Like It 05.
Oh. Now I know that's Wendy, so I know it's her.
Debbie Rain said, but can you get back to your name? It says I can't change to my name because it's already taken. So that's the thing. Depending on where your handle might be difficult to change to. If you got that name, if you got your handle a long time ago, and you may not be able to change it because there's billions of people using YouTube right now, and every handle has to be unique. Now, as far as the name goes, I think you can put whatever name in there that you want. Like I could go in and change it to Sharonatsea Travel's husband or something like that, So I just wanted to let people know. Well, now you're Roger J417 instead of that other name that you had there.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. So maybe that helped a little bit.
Yeah.
Curtis Polk said, I didn't know there was going to be math tonight. I'm sorry. Timothy Walters hasn't been here in a little bit. He's probably like, what the heck am I tuning into? Where's the drinking and the chaos? So I'm so confused now. I'll have to rewatch this later. That's okay. Yes, Diane, it's going to be here for you. You can watch it later, and everything will be. Yes, Wendy at I Like It 05 said, hey, there's Roger.
Yeah.
See that? Julie's going to hate me now that I know this powerful information, said the Lord Master forever. Yeah, see, Kevin Brubaker, there are people who know how to do that, and that's why they'll just go in and change the name, log into a chat one night, and then change the name back. Let's say they might call themselves, I don't know, the Chisel or something silly like that.
Oh, Wendy said now he needs to fix mine, so Roger needs to fix hers. Maybe you can be Wendy J.
Yeah, you can find something
Roger
different that's
J.
a little more, a little more good. You can be Wendy Jameson or Manhattan Wendy or something like that. Travel PMB. Yeah, hey, what's going on, Travel PMB? How you doing, buddy? I think I was bumping around and I saw you had a live stream earlier tonight, Travel PMB. Very nice dude. We've run into a couple times on a couple cruises. Super cool guy. So look for his cruise content out there. The Chisel was already taken, LOL.
Oh, God.
My first name is unique enough. I think people know who I am, but I appreciate the tutorial, said Shayna91212. Well, yes, Shayna, you're unique in our world. Shayna Reed. But there might be a lot of Shaynas out there. Off the Chisel testing. Yeah, see, now people are having a good time. Nice of YouTube to tell people these things. Thanks. Listen, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Anything I can do to help people out is I feel good about. That's all it is. I feel good about it.
Oh, Marty must be talking. Let me see what Mary said. They're talking about the club. Marty said, the club was so much fun. I will never forget it.
Oh, my God. Oh, Marty Saunders said that.
Yeah.
Marty loved the club. I didn't know you guys would dance so much. That's another thing, Sharon, is that
Well, that was
you
the
were having
nightclub.
it almost looked like that. If I can't be right, and you guys can let me know what you think about any of the pictures and the video you've seen, but it looks like Sharon was having fun, more fun without me than if I was there.
Well, no, I was just
Am I
having
the only one that
fun.
noticed that? You were having so much fun. You were out late. You were running all over the ship. You were partying till the wee hours of the morning, dancing in the club. What?
Well, you don't like to dance.
Well, yeah, I don't like to dance, but but what is that? I mean, I can dance now. Now that I got a new hip, I
If
can
I'm
dance a little
cruising
bit.
with you, I'm not going to just go dance
I can
by
dance a
myself.
little bit.
Yeah.
I can
So-
dance a little bit.
Oh, I'm going to remember that. On our
Yeah,
next
I can
cruise.
dance a little bit now. Listen,
Okay.
I'm just going to be happy to get up
I'll
and walk
remember
around
that.
without that cane. It's going to be fabulous.
I will remember
I
that.
promise you, I will. I will dance.
You hear that? Everyone that's on the next group cruise, Jamie's going to dance.
Kim Brubaker says, Jamie, the party you had was awesome. Tell Candy I'm sorry. The party that we had here without you. Tess said, Jamie, she was not. She was gone by 10 p.m. every night, stone cold sober. Well, I didn't say she was drunk at 1 in the morning. Tess, I think you were drunk enough at 10 p.m. that you didn't remember who was around anymore. That's what I think it was. That's what I think it was. New Year's Eve, we want dancing. Listen, we can. I'll throw some big time. I'll be dancing big time. Bring it on New Year's Eve. Yes, Kelly, I will.
Wendy got her name changed.
Wendy A.R. Johnstone. Look at that. There we go. Lurking over here. I hear a dance party on the next cruise. Julie from Howie Cruise. What's going on, Julie and Brian? Lovely to see you. Those guys are gearing up for a very big group cruise they've got coming at the end of the week. I just hope that that they don't run into what is that? That's just that small little weather they're happening off the East Coast. What's the name of that monstrosity? Melissa.
Yeah.
Melissa.
Well, I think they'll be okay, and hopefully that will be over by then, or you'll miss most of it.
I hope so. I hope that storm is long gone. The good thing is it looks like it's going to be. I mean, listen, it's horrible because it's going to kick Jamaica's butt tomorrow, and I don't know what else is around that's going to take some collateral damage and the likes of that. But it's supposed to go up and then out east and not hit anywhere on the eastern seaboard. So we're just hoping that happens. So we'll see how it works. But we hope you guys are all safe and sound. Julie said, shh, Melissa isn't invited. I hope she doesn't show up, because if she does, she's going to show up late at night with a couple drinks in her belly and a drink in each hand. Kind of like you, Julie, at the craps table. Ready to go and ready to party. Anything named Melissa is trouble. Beauty and the Bum travels. Larry, you are so right about that. You are so right. I haven't met a Melissa ever that didn't have a little bit of a something about her that's just ready to just cause a little chaos.
Hopefully our Melissa isn't watching. We'll see.
Hey, look at that. We've got a cruise-oriented question, Sharon. You guys know that you can ask, if you're here and you're not, listen, I know that you usually see about the same 35 or 40 names in here commenting to each other. But if you're not one of those names, please feel free to throw your questions in here. We will look for them, I swear. We will answer them. And if you write the word question ahead of time, then it will stand out even more to us, because the chat gets a little crazy for us. Hibbs AZ says, can you recommend a good place to stay in Long Beach or close by before the New Year's cruise? Hope to meet y'all. Hibbs AZ, if you're going to be on the Firenze, then you're definitely going to meet us, because we're going to be on there.
I would say
But what do you like over there?
Hotel Maya is one of my favorites. Sometimes it's a little pricey, sometimes not so bad. It really depends on when you book it. Our next one after that, we usually stay out. We have stayed at the Residence Inn before, but usually if Hotel Maya's booked or pricey, we'll try Long Beach Hilton. And those are the ones that are the closest that we usually stay at. There's another one that we've stayed at a couple times as well, but it's about 30 minutes out, and we've stayed at that for a cruise, but also when we've been doing something else there, so it worked for that. But I would say either Hotel Maya or Long Beach Hilton.
What about Kathy Curry did drop that Hampton Inn Long Beach Airport?
Yeah, there's an option too.
Well, because that's actually been a new hotspot for us. We've actually gone there for a couple of Charger games.
Yeah.
Well, one of them anyway. And we're gonna have another one down the road a little bit. But literally 2 minutes, 3 minutes from the Long Beach Airport is a Hampton Inn and a Homewood.
We are going to be
It's a Homewood
staying
Suites?
at No, it's the Hilton, isn't it? By the
No, the one by the airport, the one that we went to just recently for the football game. It's got the pool, it's the combo. There's a Hampton Inn on one side and a Homewood Suites on the other.
I'm thinking of the one we stayed at twice. Once
That's
we
a
did
Hilton.
grandkids, and then we stayed there once
For the football game.
For the football game.
Yes, that's the Homewood Suites.
Yeah, that's the one that that we're gonna stay at for New Year's this year.
Yes,
too.
okay, but that's what hold on a second, I just got confused. That's the one that someone was just saying yes, oh my gosh. The chat moved on so fast I lost. That's the one that someone said, yeah, Kathy Curry said Hampton Inn, Long Beach Airport.
Okay.
Question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Hampton Inn and the Homewood Suites are together. It's one big building. They're separated. The funny thing is, we found that the Hampton Inn side has better breakfast than the Homewood Suites side.
That's somewhere
What's this?
else. That's
Sharon, no, are you okay? You're
Was that-
forgetting all about it. The place we stayed at for the football game.
yeah,
Yes, that's the Hampton Inn Homewood Suites.
right.
Yes, that's where we stayed at the Long Beach Airport.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm talking
I know,
about.
but that's-
the Hampton Inn food. We went over to the Hampton Inn
We
side
went
to
to
get
the
food.
Charger Bronco game.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're on the same game. Talking about the same game.
Yes,
we
I've been
stayed
talking about the same
and,
game.
Well,
all
we
the
stayed
time.
in a Hilton once there too. So
Well, yeah, but that was right by the Long Beach port. This one's about a 25-minute drive. You can still get an Uber or other transportation, but that place worked out really good for us too.
Yeah. And that's the Homewood Suites. That's where we're staying before New Year's this year.
Yes,
Because
that's
we're gonna be there probably 3 nights before.
We're supposed to be there 3 nights before because there's a football game that weekend
like
that we're gonna go, that we're looking to be a part of, or some of us at least, and then staying there and then hopping on that cruise as well. So, and it's it's pretty reasonable. Those couple hotels over there,
Yeah.
if you can book them ahead of time,
Yeah.
throw some points
And-
in the mix, and that really helps out.
Yeah, and yeah, but I would say book it sooner rather than later because it is getting pretty close.
Yeah.
It may not be that cheap anymore.
That's right. Nancy's is saying, I'm still sore, but I had so much fun, I can't even blame the alcohol. Hold on. Is there something we don't know about Nancy? That she's sore and all that? Let's see. Oh no, Tess, I didn't realize you were hurting too. Queen Mary is nice. Mary Barkley pointing out that the Queen Mary is a great place to stay too.
That is true.
It's a little small, so more than 2 people, you might be in a struggle. And it's haunted, so if you don't mind a ghost in your room, maybe doing some stuff to you in the middle of the night, then that should be fine too. So, but otherwise, hey, Dave Whiting, what is up? Dave from Dave and Brandy's Excursions. We're packing tonight for a 9-night cruise on the Mardi Gras Thursday.
Oh, that's nice.
That'll be fabulous. Hey, again, hope that you and that storm do not, don't hang out together in the middle of the ocean out there in the Atlantic. We're staying at the Queen Mary, said Kelly Ronaldo. There you go. We stayed at Hampton Inn Airport in Long Beach, and it was a very nice place, said Mr. Z. See that, Mr. Z? We wouldn't steer you wrong. We would not steer you wrong. And if you haven't seen it yet, Sharon just put out a video earlier this evening about a great new transport company she stumbled onto. If you are sailing, or if you're flying into Orlando for anything really, for the parks or anything, or getting into Orlando and getting down to Port Canaveral. So take a look at that and write down the name of that company and check them out.
Yeah, it may not be the best price if you're just like solo or 2 of you, but if you have like a family, or you're sharing with other people, you have a little group or anything, will save you
That's a
money
great way to go.
that way.
Hold on, there's another comment. Did Sharon stay out of trouble, was the question from Chris Zasevsky. You stayed out of trouble, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't get any trouble.
No.
You didn't start any trouble.
No.
Did you finish any trouble?
No.
Okay.
We just had fun.
Okay. Shana says, are there any updates on Linda from her fall?
She made it home safely. I know that.
Okay.
And was resting. So nothing.
And that's kind of why that's where we step out of the business, I guess, right?
Nothing in the last couple of days
Okay.
that I know of. But she did make it home, and I believe she was doing a little better resting.
Yes. Tess is saying that her shoulder's still hurting from the issue they had the first night. Was there a girl fight that I don't know about between Tess and Nancy? It sounds like maybe they were fighting. Tess says, "I hope you're okay. My shoulder's still hurting from that issue the very first night." I guess. I mean, listen, I'll start a rumor right now.
That wasn't
Tess, I'm on. Test
was the
Mod and
one.
Aucklanders Nancy had a fight on the cruise.
No, that
Sound
was
like
the
that's
one
what
we were
happened.
dancing, Tess, was it? We, yeah.
Was
I
that-
kind of went and we kind of twirled like around, and I didn't know Tess had a sore shoulder.
Did you bump into Tess?
What?
You did it?
I didn't bump into
Oh
her,
my
but
gosh.
I don't know. I hope it wasn't from that.
Holy cow. Debbie Rain says, love Hampton Inn by the LGB. We've stayed many times now, and you can walk to food. You're right about that. Oh, gosh. And then when we stayed at that Hampton, or we went to that pizza place, and I wish I could remember the name of
There's
it.
a really good pizza place there. We're going to eat there again this time.
Oh, my gosh.
It's called...
Do you remember?
We've eaten there twice now.
I
How do
got
we
it.
not
Oh,
remember the
jeez.
name?
Hang on. I got to look it up.
So
I've gotta
the
look it
first
up.
time when we stayed at the hotel, we had food delivered. We had the pizza delivered there, and it was really good. We got several different things besides pizza, some salads and things. This last time we actually went to the place and sat down and ate, and it was really a cute little place inside, the way it was decorated and everything, and it was just really good and very reasonably priced too.
Big E.
Oh yeah.
Big E, the letter E, pizza. We've had it twice and it was awesome. And it's Matthew approved. I'm just going to say that. It's 100% Matthew approved. All right, let me jump ahead in the chat a little bit, see what else we got going on out there. So see if we got any other cruise questions. We love the cruise questions. I'm staying on the pilot boat before the cruise, then I know I won't be late. That's a good call. The Lord Master, also aka Kevin Brubaker. Secret, sneak over to the Hampton side for breakfast. Yes, that is the case. That is totally the case. Oh my God, they're recommending icing the injury for Tess. Holy cow. Hi from the Celebrity Apex, currently on my first transatlantic cruise. What is going on? USA fan. I'm assuming that's what it is. Great to see you. Hope you have a fabulous time out there.
That sounds nice.
Oh boy, you are bumping around and I can't see it.
Oh. See.
What else you got
Going
there?
back up here. But I think there was a couple things.
You know what happens when you start moving my mouse around here. I lose it.
Okay.
I've lost it all.
All right.
What? All right. When you say all right, do you mean all right? You found what you're looking for? All right,
no,
I can have the mouse back.
you can have the mouse back.
Okay. Now let's see where we were. Now I gotta get. Hold on. I think that I saw some details too. Bum. Let's see. Seek over that. Mr. Z said, just make sure your Uber driver knows where the port is. Ours got lost. Hey, listen, remember this tip as well. Oh my God, here's the greatest tip. If you don't know this tip, if you're going out of Long Beach, speaking of Long Beach, because we're talking about it, if you get an Uber, have your Uber driver drop you off at the Queen Mary, not at the cruise port, because the Queen Mary is like 50 yards away from the entrance to the cruise terminal. And you can bypass all the traffic going into the cruise port, and it'll drop you right off, and you can be like, yeah, right here is cool. And you hop out, you can give them a tip, and boop, you just walk right across the parking lot, and you're right at the terminal. The porters are like right near where you're going to get dropped off as well, or right near where you enter the terminal. So that's a super, super easy thing to do. Santina Girl says, question, I have an NCL cruise in February to Montego Bay, Jamaica, and the Cayman Islands. All the prayers to the people of Jamaica. Absolutely heartbreaking. But should I reconsider rebooking?
No, I mean,
I don't think so.
Not for February. No.
No.
I mean, the storm will be well gone by then, and any damage that was done, most likely it'll be put back together and okay by February.
Well, yes. I mean, that is a number of months.
That is like 3 months away.
I mean, listen, you'll still have the beaches. They'll get those things cleaned up pretty heavily. Resorts will still be fine because they will clean up themselves. There's a couple of cool places in Jamaica you might go to, the Dun River Falls and stuff. And
I think they have that closed right now because of...
sure, because of the storm coming. But that stuff will probably be open. So you'll still have plenty of excursions. You'll find... There'll be some remnants of the damage, don't get me wrong. But I wouldn't rebook. I think you're going to be fine. And as far as the Cayman Islands go, Cayman Islands is like, they're built up. I mean... that's like a city in the U.S. or something like that.
Cleaned up.
Yes,
the Cayman
they'll be
Islands
really cleaned
is a
up.
very clean island, so any damage there, they're going to get that cleaned up pretty quickly. Unless unless it's just totally devastated.
Yes.
But I don't see that happening.
Crazy Catch always said, I had a Lyft driver that didn't know how to navigate the port of Vancouver. Kept asking me, like I knew.
Oh my God.
Listen, you're right about that, Beth, because that place is a little tricky. You could literally just get dropped out on the road, walk on the pier, and find where to drop off some bags. But usually they take you down into like the parking underneath, and that's where they have the porters and the drop off. I don't know if you remember that, but it's a little shaky if you don't know exactly where to go.
Yeah.
The first time.
Well, and when we were there were stuff going for Princess and Holland, and you could really get lost if you didn't know which one you were going for. Because it was all kind of right there together.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Question: when's your next trip to Minnesota? I like to get my debts paid promptly. MPV. I'm thinking that might be Mike V.
Yeah.
Well, listen. I'll tell you what. I don't know when. I usually try not to go to Minnesota in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Because I do not want to get caught in a storm or have any issues with flights or anything like that.
Yeah, I
so
don't.
Probably maybe a little bit after.
And I'm not sure. I know they're coming to see us in January, and so I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yes.
We don't have any.
We'll
plans
work it
right
out
now.
though. Listen, my mind is like an elephant. I'll never forget. Howie Cruz says, was the fighting a replay of the Prima wrestling match? I don't know. It could have been. It could have been just like that. That's a story with Brian from Howie Cruz and I had a wrestling match, and it was all over a bunch of money, and that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sugar's Getaway. What's up, Sugar? Says, we all stay out of trouble, Jamie. I don't think that's true, Sugar. I don't think that's true. So is Uber the best bet for going solo to Port Canaveral? I looked at GoPort and it didn't seem all that great. Crazy Cat Traveler, if you're, depending on when you're getting in, I might say that the transfer, the cruise line transfer from the airport might be the cheapest way to go, if that's an option.
I would say if you're just one person and you're coming in the day before, not the day of, stay somewhere close to the airport that's inexpensive, then go back. Maybe one that has a free shuttle to the hotel, and then you can take that free shuttle back to the airport that morning, catch the cruise line transfer, and take that down to Port Canaveral, because that's only, well, I mean, it's a little different with different cruise lines, but like for Carnival, it was like $37, $37.99, I think, each way. So that's going to be really probably your cheapest bet, and your hotel's going to be probably cheaper by the airport too. So I would do that unless you just want to go down closer to the port and explore. But an Uber is probably going to be $100 plus. So if you're going solo, it's going to be pricey.
Yes, no, that's a great tip. And a lot of people don't think about that. You go in the night before, get a hotel by the airport. I mean, listen, if you want to go in the day of, you can. It's a little risky, especially depending on where you're flying from. If you're on the East Coast already, maybe that's a doable. But the night before and going back to the airport the next day is a great thing.
That's one thing. I know Port Canaveral and then also Galveston. Both of those have quite a drive from the airport to the cruise port. So both of those are always pricey to get to the cruise port.
Tess Almond said, Jamie, it was from lifting a carry-on suitcase with 2 weeks worth of wine and sodas. I pulled a muscle. Oh no, Tess.
Oh no.
Well, Tess, I have a feeling it won't be difficult for you to find some nice person who could just give you a little bit of a massage. Just something nice, just to make you feel a little bit better. If I know you, I bet 1-2 phone calls, and you'll have a massage lined up for sure. What ports did the ladies go to? Chris Sesevsky wants to know. Well, you guys went to what?
Half Moon Cay and Celebration Key.
Did you like one more than the other?
Well, they're both really a lot different. I mean, Half Moon Cay is just pretty much a beach with a lunch barbecue kind of buffet setup.
Well, you guys got a little messed up over there, didn't you? There was some kind of issue there.
Well, I think we got off the ship at different times and things because there was a medical emergency and they had to drop someone off and everything that morning.
Kind of caused a delay to the original plans.
Confusing.
That's tough.
But the beach in Half Moon Cay is beautiful. It's probably one of the most beautiful beaches in the Bahamas. It probably is the most beautiful beach in the Bahamas.
Yes.
Celebration Key is just, it's more of you want to feel like it's more like a water park feeling. I mean, there was these big lagoons, which are nice. We really enjoyed those. I enjoyed those. But the rest of it has a lot of kind of good and bad. Some things people like, some things people don't like. So, I will say it was a little different this time than when I went the first time. A few things I noticed were, I still love the lagoons. The lagoons were great last time too. The beaches, I feel like there were a few more chairs out on the beach with umbrellas this time than when we went the first time. Like they had added a few more, but the beach was still very underwhelming. It wasn't very pretty. It was rocky, and I didn't think that the water was that great looking. Much better beaches out there in the Bahamas. One thing I noticed is the staff was not the same. You didn't get that same vibe like you did when we went the first time.
Oh, at Celebration Key?
Well, anytime a place kind of opens up, they always have their best people, their most friendly people there. And when we went, everyone was just like, went above and beyond. They were all nice. The service was wonderful. This time, I didn't see that, and I almost felt like a lot of the people working there weren't happy working there. Like they just, some of them just looked miserable. The bartenders, some of them, they just barely would come up and wait on you. They were just, I saw a couple just standing around as people were waiting, like they didn't even want to wait on people.
Was it a dream I had, or did you tell me you went to the swing bar and asked for a frozen margarita, and they said they couldn't make you one?
Yeah. So I went to the swing bar, and they have the pre-mix machines going for daiquiris and margaritas there that they have. Well, they had the daiquiri ones full. The one on the end was for margaritas, and it was empty. They hadn't filled it with anything yet. So I went up there and I asked if I could get a margarita, and they said, "Oh no, we don't have them." I said, "Oh," they said, "We don't have the stuff in the machine." I said, "Well, can you just make one?" Because they had blenders there. They had several blenders there. So I'm like, "You can't just make one in a blender?" And they're like, "No, we can't." They're like, I said, "Well, will you have it later?" And they said, "No, we're not going to have any today, but you can go over to the swim up bar and get one if you want."
Yeah, it's like a half mile away.
So I'm like,
through the pool, you can swim over to the
I'm like, well, so that annoyed me because I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go all the way over to the swim up bar just to get a margarita when I feel like they could make one right here, even if they don't have the machine. They could make it in a blender.
Hold on, let me ask you this. Did you tell them that you're
for the price
Sharon?
You pay for them.
Did you tell them that you're Sharon for Sharon Sea Travel?
Especially how pricey they are. But anyways, I just I'm like, whatever. So then I was annoyed, and I didn't order anything because I was annoyed. And at that point I was like, okay, I'm not even going to pay for any drink here because I was so annoyed. So then a little bit later though, someone came and told me, they're like, "Oh, I see the margarita machines up and running. They have margaritas going over there now." So I went back over to the swing bar, and this was later in the afternoon, and they did fill the machine, and there were margaritas in it. So I did end up ordering one. But it was just annoying that they could have said like, "Oh, we'll have some later," or "We just haven't filled it yet," or, but they made it seem like they weren't going to have them there all day. They didn't have any at that bar, and I'd have to go to the other bar.
Yes. Sounds like a drag, especially when your favorite drink is a frozen margarita.
Yeah. So it was
not
just kind
cool.
of, and they just weren't friendly about it either.
It's not cool.
They just weren't friendly about it. And
That's
then
not cool.
the food was just okay. Last time I ordered the chicken tenders or whatever they are, chicken.
Hold on. Are you giving away too much? Because you're going to make a review video about this. Are you giving away too many secrets, Sharon?
No.
Okay.
And the chicken wasn't that great last time, so I thought I'll try a burger this time. Well, some other people got chicken this time, and it actually looked okay. It looked pretty good this time. But I got the burger, and the burger wasn't very good. But, whatever. There was food back on the ship. So it just...
That's right.
So the experience, like, if you're just... We went with a group. Like, I was with a group, so we had a lot of fun. If I was probably alone or just us going, and then you notice, things like that are wrong, and then... you have a different experience.
It's like anything else. I mean, you go and you can line up 10 people, and 5 of them will say it was the greatest day of their life, and 5 of them will say, it was a little underwhelming, and sometimes it's the more seasoned cruisers who have a higher expectation of something or think they know what to expect, and it just doesn't really match up.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not my favorite private island, but I will say that probably my favorite thing about Celebration Key are the lagoons. The lagoon area is just pretty. It's nice to hang out. It's calm, and you can kind of just hang out in there all day.
Yes.
But the water was chilly this time. When we went, it was actually out like I felt like it was like bath water. This time it was chilly, and you had to kind of go in slow and get used to it. It was pretty chilly.
My Sharona said, I don't know what magic happened, but I think I may need 2 cabins for the next girl cruise. I think they were jealous. So that's very nice. Julio8638 says, I'm going next month, November 13, Los Angeles to Los Cabos on a cruise on Royal Caribbean. That's awesome, Julio. Do they allow you to bring water bottles onto the cruise? Royal Caribbean.
Not the plastic water bottles. No.
Can you bring it in cans?
No more water bottles on Royal.
No more water bottles on Royal. Okay. What about soda and stuff like that? Yes. Are they still doing 12 packs or 6 packs?
I believe you can still bring soda on Royal.
Double check that. It changes often what you can bring. What you can't bring. There was a time when you can bring a 12-pack of soda and stuff like that. And a lot of people would do it.
I mean, I did see someone bringing it on one of our last Royal cruises. Maybe not the last one, but the one before. So you probably can.
Yes.
I know you can bring wine on one bottle per adult. Well,
double check if you go onto the Royal website and the FAQ, the frequently asked questions, and you can get the most current information on what you can bring on there, and it'll let you know water, soda,
and I know,
water in can, water in bottle, stuff like that.
I don't think there's any cruise lines that allow you to bring the plastic bottle water on anymore. If you do bring it, it has to be cans or cartons.
Dave Whiting said, question, our first time to St. Thomas's cruise, what do you guys recommend?
I like
Besides,
well.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you do.
Secret Harbor is one of my favorite places to go.
Secret Harbor. I was going to say, going over to St. John and going to Trunk Bay Beach is also
that's another
awesome if you want to make that trek. But if you go to Secret Harbor, that's a great spot. Yeah, you can get a taxi, I don't know, maybe like a 20-25 minute ride over to Secret Harbor.
Yeah, and you just go in there. There's a little restaurant there. They have great food, great pizza, and you just hang out on the beach. The water is just calm, like it's almost like no waves.
It's just a gorgeous little spot.
It's almost like a little lagoon type area, and it's just beautiful.
There's like a resort, and the resort tries to claim, like all the beaches are kind of public, but the resort claims half of the beach, and then the other half you can just go and chill out on and pay a couple bucks. Go to the dive shop, and that's where you can get a our and/or an umbrella if you guys want it. And we went there. We did a video about it in our Norwegian Encore
a couple
videos
times, and that's my favorite place to go and hang out. It's just so relaxing.
What cruise line has the best pizza? Said Jen6202. As of right now, what would you say? Princess. Princess.
I'm gonna say Princess.
Okay.
Probably. I think Matthew might agree. He was.
My pizza experience on Princess was awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, listen, at 2 you can't get it at 2 in the morning anymore. At midnight or before midnight, that's the problem. That's why Carnival's kick themselves out of the conversation, because they don't have late night pizza anymore. So it's like, come on.
Yeah.
That was one of the best parts of Carnival's pizza is you could drink all night and then get a pizza, one of those good pizzas before the end of the night. Now you got to go to their late night buffet and you get a pizza, and you hope that it doesn't sound like you're banging a phone on the table.
One thing I will say on the Freedom, the late night buffet, it was a little bit better than what I've seen on the last couple of Carnival cruises. So they had the typical, not the regular pizza, but that kind they cut in squares, which isn't as good. But they had that. They had like some hamburgers, hot dogs, and they had like Philly cheese steak like sandwiches one night, and a few other things like that. But they had a couple of things like they had buffalo like coated broccoli, and just a couple of weird different things like that. Yeah, which
sounds
was
good. Let the chef cook.
So it was like
let the chef cook.
They had a couple different options than just the I feel like before it was just burgers, the pizza, hot dogs, and beans or something. Like there was nothing good.
All right, I got to catch up a little bit. I'm a little bit behind here in the chat. Queen Mary is next to the Carnival Terminal. Does Princess use that port as well, or World Cruise Terminal?
They use World Cruise.
World Cruise for them.
Pretty much every other cruise line that cruises out of Los Angeles uses World Cruise Terminal, except for Carnival's the only one that uses
Carnival ships specifically.
Yeah.
Carla McClendon said on Monday the weather was so bad at Celebration Key that people couldn't even get off the ship. I saw that comment.
Wow.
That is crazy. Beauty and Bum Travel says, so on Firenze, someone will have to help Jimmy find drinks when he's at 15. Larry, I don't know why you would think I would ever get to that many drinks. Anyone who drinks 15 drinks in one day on Carnival, they must... Boy, that's way out of control. I don't know why they would ever... Why they would do something like that.
You have drinks in the casino on that one. So...
I do.
Jamie will be drinking in the casino.
Yes, every time someone wants to have a drink with me on the Firenze for New Year's, I'm going to say, meet me at the casino. But here's the problem. The last couple cruises we've been on, they have casino bars. Mm-hmm. And when they have a casino bar, you can go to the bar and get a drink, even if you have drinks on us in the casino. Mm-hmm. But this ship, the Firenze, does not have a true casino bar. They have the, there's like the Heroes bar, Sports Bar combo deal. That's right around the corner, and I don't know how that's going to be. So I may literally have to, spend $20 on the slots to order a beer. I don't know if that's a wise
That doesn't make
thing.
Sense.
We'll see what happens.
That's going to cost you more than the beer.
Let's see. What else? People are talking about Lord Massey. Yeah, Kevin Brubaker said in Miami, I would just get a hotel just north of the port and then stay in the Blue Lagoon area post-cruise. That's a great thing to do, too.
Yeah, that's a nice area.
Good evening from Mardi Gras, making our way to Celebration Key. Scott McNeil, what's going on, buddy? Those guys are on their way. You're just getting ready to end that long trip, I think, Scott. You've been cruising across the Atlantic with a couple of friends, and who else is on there? Larry and Elaine Thomas, I think, are on there with you. That must have been an amazing time. Scott, feel free to share some video on the cruise so people can see what's going on with that stuff. Nancy said the medical emergency made it super confusing when we could get off for the tender boats.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying. You said you guys went to go wait for a little bit and they were going to announce, and then they never announced, and then you went and looked over the side and you were like, wait, tender boats are starting to load up. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but you know what? Hey, when you get lemons, you make lemonade out of it. Nancy said we were pleasantly surprised by Celebration Key. We can't wait to return there.
See?
Very, very nice. That sounds like a good deal. Hold on. I'm catching up now in the chat here. I'm about 10 minutes behind in the chat. I'm going to try to catch up. The swing bar would not fix me a mocktail either. It told me I had to go to the Kids Lagoon. Oh, Mel. So that's terrible. I would tell them to blow it out there. Yin yang. I had an $18 pina colada at Celebration Key that Jenny loves all.
Yeah.
I hope you drank it slowly, and I hope it was delicious.
I had my one margarita there, too, and it was... it was like before. I think it was like 18 or something. It was expensive.
Yeah, Shayna said the lagoon was beautiful, but it was freezing. The more, Heidi Leskin says, the more I hear about Celebration, whatever for Carnival, the more I'm going to avoid it next time we cruise. No idea when that will happen. No money for cruising in today's economy. Listen, start now, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there, and then you'll be there. The occupancy of that lagoon's over 4,000 people. I'm sure it gets filled up that way, too.
And wait till they have, like, the bigger ship, an XL class, and another ship in there, and I mean,
Nancy said
more than that.
Nancy said Royal did allow water bottles on the cruise on Utopia.
Oh, okay.
They did it back to back.
Oh, okay.
All right, so maybe they're working that, or maybe just sometimes you can sneak it, sometimes you can't.
Okay.
I know a lot of the cruise lines are not digging the plastic just because of the having to get rid of it and stuff like that. But
we haven't gone. It's been a while since we've gone on Royal, and we never bring water on anymore with us. I used to. Sometimes I'll pre-purchase it for the room, but we never carry it on with us. So.
Yes. Dave Whiting, Dave and Brandy said, I can't wait to get back to Celebration Key next week. We loved it when we were there in July. Listen, don't get me wrong. It's awesome, right? I mean, it's an awesome place in its entirety and all together. But you just kind of wish a few things were different. Like Sharon said, the service was a little bit off. And I know that, they're bringing people in locally, like from Freeport, to work there. It's not cruise line people. And of course you're going to, you're paying for your drinks and such, which is how Carnival does it. Now you got Norwegian jumping ship and starting to do that too with Great Stirrup Cay come March of next year. How long until Royal does it, or will they not do it?
I think it's
don't know.
Because some of the locals are running it now. I think that has something to do with it. But
and maybe because for Royal, they're making some money on that island. Like you pay to go to the half of the Coco Cay where all the slides are, the water parks, the wave park, and all that kind of stuff. So people are spending money for some stuff on there. I don't know that there's you you can spend a few dollars on Celebration Key, and they do have those 2 slides that are kind of like, yeah, I mean, they're okay. They look like they're fun, but there's not a lot of stuff that you're going to be spending big money for on Celebration Key. And remember, you can also book traditional excursions that'll take you out of Celebration Key, ATV excursions or touring or going into Freeport or whatever the case is. So you can do a lot of that stuff too. So it really is just a kind of a really built up cruise port.
Tessalman says Celebration Key is too undone for me. It's just not my thing. Too big and busy.
Tessalman did like the chicken quesadillas, but the burger was not good there.
Yeah.
Yes. Alan with an A. What's up, Alan? Says, yeah, Royal, you can still bring a water bottle. All right, okay. That's good to know.
Okay.
That's good. That's why we say double check everything. We listen, we try to know as much as we can about every cruise line every time, but we always say double check just last minute. Look at the cruise line's info and see if they have anything different than what we're thinking at the moment. The donuts are a must. You're right about that. Dave,
yeah,
right
I didn't have them this time, but last time they were really good. That was probably my favorite thing.
Yes.
The donuts.
Sugar says you should get the chicken fajita. They gave you chips and guac. I have that. I have that on the second time I went to Celebration Key on the back-to-back.
Yeah, and I think
very nice.
I just went to the one food truck kind of by not too far from where we were laying. We didn't walk too far, so I mean there are a few more options if you want to walk. We just didn't.
Well, Matthew and I went.
Like it.
Matthew and I went to the Mexican place. We did go to the other side, to the Starfish side of the island, and so we got a couple different.
You had
things.
some better food.
My food was okay. I had the quesadilla, as a matter of fact, too, and I liked it. So there you go. So now that you're reminding me, I did have the chicken fajita. Have you guys done the ABC Islands yet? We've done the A
and the
B, but not the C, and not all in one thing.
We've done A a few times. We've done B twice, I think.
Yes.
So we still have not done C.
I know.
That's on our list.
Well, we were hoping to be able to pull it off earlier in the year on that Coop Cruise deal, and that didn't pan out for us, unfortunately. So pizza on Silver Sea was actually pretty awesome. Said how we cruise. Hopefully we'll get to try that. I don't know. Sometimes we don't really get to go on those snooty cruise lines. How we cruise like you guys do all the time. So, but we'll see if we can pull it. We'll see if we can pull it off. Nancy said I had some great chicken fingers at the late night buffet. Nancy, the question is,
the chicken was good too.
Were they great, or were they great because you had a half dozen cocktails in you?
No, they were actually good. I had some of those too. They were good. Way better than they usually are in Carnival at the late night buffet.
Because I can wake up in the morning with a bunch of coleslaw on my shirt when I wake up in the cabin and be like, I had the greatest coleslaw ever. And it may or may not really be that great.
They were good.
I ordered a $6 pizza after midnight and got it to my room in 15 minutes. It was great, said Jenny. H loves all. Now that's wisdom right there. That's the right thing to do. Food is subjective. Never been a fan of it on Carnival. I did like the late night buffet pizza. It reminded us of the school pizza growing up in the 70s.
Yeah,
you're right about that.
That's kind of what it is. And
the sheet pan pizza.
The bottom of it, like the crust, was kind of like cardboard. It was hard. It wasn't. I don't know. I don't care for that pizza. I like the Pizza Pirate, or the Pizza del Capitano, depending on what ship you're on.
Yes.
I like that pizza, but
Jenny, yes, Carnival does. Could they cut you off after 15 drinks? Unless you know a guy. You got to know a guy who knows a guy. That's all I'm saying. My pizza was the same as the Pizza Pirate, said Jenny. Yeah, they still have somebody that'll make it in the back room. They're just not slinging it out.
Yeah.
Pizza on the Freedom wasn't good, said Sugar. Dave said can't wait for Friends A to get to New York in 2027 so we can sail it. Dave and Brandy, don't be afraid to take a flight out to the West Coast for crying out loud, all right? For God's sake, you East Coasters, you're all out there like, I can't go on the cruise until it gets to my home port. Wah, wah, wah. We live in Arizona. We fly to all the ports. Come on. Get out here. Get out to the West Coast. Tired of hearing it. Tired of it. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Nancy said she had an $18 drink at Coco Cay the next week.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's more expensive at the private islands than on the ships. The drinks.
My Sharon said I had a better experience at the swim up bar than the swing bar.
Yeah, the swing bar, they just did not look happy this time. I don't know.
Wendy Johnson said, I always buy water for the room. Yeah, I mean, we're the same way. I mean, you can bring it on. There was a time when we tried to lug on drinks and stuff a little bit, but then we just kind of, I don't know, we just kind of really stopped doing that because usually I'm just having a couple brewskis. And I mean, I can just drink water, tea, juices, stuff like that, and I'm okay with it if I have to. Well, if I'm at dinner, if it's dinner and I'm not drinking, then I'll just drink the water or I'll get an iced tea or something.
But it's funny,
like that.
back in the day, we would bring on soda, we brought on water. In fact, one time when this was probably a couple years after we started cruising, but way before we ever vlogged, we had this little cart type thing, and people would bring those on and they would strap their drinks to it and wheel them on and stuff. And I remember us doing that a couple times. And now I look back on that and I'm like, oh my God, I would never do that now.
Yes.
That was, bringing all that stuff on was crazy.
Those were the days. Let's see. The food hall has included iced tea, assuming unsweetened. Said Shayna. Let's see.
Hall.
Yes, I think she's talking about on the island.
They have, I think, some drinks now. When we went the first time, all they had was water. They didn't have any other drinks.
See, Nancy says, I mean, I had a few cocktails in me by 2 a.m. when I ate them, but still I remember them being yummy. Newsflash, my doctor said I can have caffeine now, so espresso martinis are a go. Oh, Wendy Johnson. That just opens up the whole thing for New Year's, doesn't it, girl? You're going to be off your rocker. Hopefully no more Manhattans for you then. That'll be good. Let's see, what else? Yeah, how about a West Coast girls cruise? Jamie Wilhite, what's going on? Lovely to see you. Hope you're doing good, the other Jamie out there. And West Coast girls cruise would be great. What do you think about that? Listen, we do our West. Well, we tried the East Coast for the one time here for New Year's, and we had a couple of snags, and then we just went back to the West Coast for the affordability.
The thing is, the West Coast. I don't know. We've done it so much. I wish there were more ports, I guess, on the West Coast because it goes to the same ports over and over again, and I don't know. That's the only thing.
Crazy Cat Tower said, I just bring reusable water bottles. I think someone's vlog said Celebration Key K had filling stations for those.
Yeah, they do.
I think they do. But I'm going to tell you what. Listen, these people running around with the big metal water bottles on their backpacks, swinging around, hitting people, decking them in the head with those things, it drives me crazy. All these metal water bottle people, they're all running through the airports and they have empty bottles all over them. I don't get it. I'm like, I don't want to lug a big bottle.
I bring a bottle with me sometimes.
I'm just saying.
I bring a bottle when I have the room in my luggage. If I don't have the room in my luggage, then I leave it at home. But I usually try to bring one because I usually like to have it for the cabin and I fill it up and have it in the cabin at night because I always like to drink a lot of water. But I didn't bring one on the girls' cruise because I was limited on my space. So.
Shayna said a crew member named Maple Joy took our girls' formal cruise. It made me think of Maple Taffy Global from the comment because Maple Taffy Global 9248 now is always commenting in the group. So see that you're thought of.
Oh yeah,
even when other people on
that's
on
right.
cruises.
Her name was Maple Joy. Yeah.
Yes. So there you have it. Not a question, just a thank you for an absolute great time. My Trina, isn't that nice? Very nice, very nice. Everyone looked like they were having a great time on the girls' cruise. I would say it was a huge success.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Mine's collapsible. I don't like the big metal ones either. Too bulky. Oh, and that next time we go on a Carnival cruise, we can get a new collapsible water bottle for our loyalty. So that looks awesome.
Oh my god.
Jamie needs a Wicked for Good metal bottle and 2 K-pop Demon Hunter ones for Christmas. I have no idea what any of that means, but I'll take whatever you want to send me. How's that sound? Send it out. I'll take a water bottle. I just might not use it a whole lot.
I don't like the collapsible ones myself, and this is why. I know they're kind of convenient, but after a while, I feel like there might get like
funk.
things in them. Yeah.
Some growth.
They're too hard to clean. Like you have to put a brush in there and really clean it good all the time, or things can start to grow in those things. And you really can't see what's in there because you can't, you look in it, and especially if it's blue, dark blue, like the carnival one, you're not going to be able to see. And so I'm
You get
weird
them
like
funky.
that. Yeah, I'm
You get
weird
them
like that.
funky.
I need my stuff cleaned good, and yeah.
The
so-
dishwashing services are not awesome. Sharon, it's been a solid hour and 15 minutes here. Did we cover all the bases tonight?
I think so.
Hopefully you guys got the gist of. All right, listen, before we go, one more time, I'm just going to show you this whole thing with the new names. If you've noticed your name being messed up in a live stream, okay, really quick, one last time, I'm going to go over it. So everyone's talking about
Reach out to Jamie,
everyone.
and he'll do a one-on-one Zoom.
Let me
call.
give you my direct cell number. It's going to be 1-800 all for love. All right, so if everyone who's on here with a name on YouTube, right, and you log into YouTube, so technically you have a YouTube channel. You have a name, you have a handle. Your handle is your unique name that's unique and specific to you for YouTube, and then you put your name, and that name can be multiple people can have the same name everywhere, but the handle is a unique thing. So recently, YouTube, instead of displaying your name in the chat, in the live chat, it started displaying your handle, which is why all of a sudden it says @ before it, and why now there's weird numbers at the end that weren't there, or maybe it's something totally different that you usually don't go by. So that's what happened, and they're doing it for privacy so that people can't, put down fake names in chats, and so that if someone does something or says something or whatever, they know who is the one who is, behind it. So it's all for safety, security, and all that kind of stuff, and privacy as well. So if you're having trouble with that, if you go to... Oh, wait, hold on. I got to go back. Okay, let's say you go to... you sign into YouTube. And when you sign into YouTube, you'll see all your videos. And on the top right, you'll see a little picture of yourself. Okay, like that's me right there, Jamie from Sharon Travel. And if I click on my picture, it takes me to my next screen. My next screen is this screen for YouTube, and when I click on that, it takes me to this. So I'll have my banner right there. It has my my face, and it says Jamie from Sharon Travel, and then it says @Jamie from Sharon Travel. Your stuff might be the same, and in which case you don't really have an issue, but you may see two different things. One might say Bob, and the other will say Bob 6249717. Because the Bob is just a name you go by, and then the other one that's longer will be specific and unique to just you. No one else has it. But if you hit the customize channel button right by your picture there, if you hit customize channel, that'll take you to another screen, and on this screen it'll look like this. Okay, it'll be like the YouTube studio. It'll say channel customization. And if you scroll down on that screen, you'll have a name and you'll have a handle. And you can change these. Now, warning, before you change your handle, just remember that you may have signed up for your handle 3 years ago. And there's another multiple millions of people who may have taken that handle. The handle is unique to you and only you, so you may not be able to get your name back. So I would be careful of that. But if you want to, you can experiment with trying to make your name and your handle something similar, something different, change it. Just know that it's your handle that's going to be what's showing up on YouTube going forward in the live chats. The handle right down here. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that allows you to possibly make a change if it's been driving you crazy. I know a lot of people it has been, so I did a little research and I found that out. Are you proud of me?
Yeah.
I hope that was helpful. I hope you found it helpful, and that's it. So, Sharon, what else you got? Anything else? Girls Cruise was a success?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, good. Talk to Nancy in a few weeks and see what the number 3-1 might bring. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Think you should. But Nancy, I think you guys should switch cruise lines. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Less, someone with a little less reefer smell on it. That's all. Hey, guys, do me a favor. Remember, if you need to book a cruise, please contact Sharon right over here. sharonatsea@gmail.com. Sorry, sharonatsea@gmail.com. She's booked thousands of cruises with all the different cruise lines, whether you're cruising from the East Coast, West Coast, Europe, or any other place to any destination on any cruise line anywhere. Please contact her if you don't mind. We would love you to do that. It would mean a lot to us, and it helps us feed our children and our dog and all that kind of stuff. So that's very important. And don't forget, guys, we've got some group cruise action coming up. Of course, the Jimmy Jamboree, just for the boys. The girls had theirs. Now it's time for the boys. And listen, ladies, if you're out there, send your husband, send your better half. Send them. It's only a weekend. They can come in a day early, have a little fun in Miami. Then we're going to go cruise for a couple days. We'll have them home by Monday night. Safe and sound, I promise. So that's going to be great. Contact Sharon for that info. Of course, our Greek Isle cruise is coming up soon. I think that's full. That's booked. There's no more group rates on that. But listen, if you want to go, contact Sharon. She might be able to make it happen for you. Give it a shot. We'll see what goes on. We do have our New Year's Eve next year. New Year's Eve group cruise, December 27, 2026, on my favorite ship, Norwegian Encore, sailing out of the West Coast, 7 days from Los Angeles. And of course, this is a big one, guys. Tons of people have booked this. The Fall Festival Group Cruise, October 16 to 24, 2027, 8 days from Port Canaveral. Okay, now I know people are saying, well, what about if there gets it? Hey, storms can happen. This year, there's a little something brewing down there.
Yeah. And I'm surprised that
in the Atlantic, but it's not going to hit any of the ports. It's not going to hit land, and it's just making some ships go out of the way. So, not to worry. That's all I'm saying.
Because I'm surprised that there is still like hurricanes out there, because in the last few years it seems like we've
usually by October things are about done.
Yeah, we've always cruised on fall break, and which is usually the second week of October here, and we've never had any issues.
If you're going to cruise during a hurricane, wouldn't you want to do it
Yeah.
with about 120 of your best friends or something like that? Come on.
So this year it's just a little later, I guess. So I don't know.
So check out the Fall Festival Group Cruise. Contact Sharon at sharonatsea@gmail.com. That's right, sharonatsea@gmail.com for any information. And you guys have been great. We appreciate you joining us. We thank you for that. I don't think we'll be around next week. And the week after that, we'll see what's happening. We might have something cooking.
Might not be here then.
But we'll talk more about that, I don't know, when we find out more about that. And that's right. That's a little, it's a carrot. We just dropped a little carrot. What do they call that? Easter eggs. All right, you guys have been great. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And from all of us here at Sharon She Travel, to all of you, from me, Sharon, Matthew, Callie, Lucy, we want to thank Nautical Nurse Nancy for being here tonight, rocking it and being such a great team member for Sharon on your cruise. That was amazing. Leanne was already sleeping. She had a busy day, so we let her off the hook. We let her have the evening off. So, but you guys are great. And until next time.
Good night, everyone, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
We sure will. We love you. Thanks for being with us, and we'll talk to you soon. Quietly after the show. Good night, everybody. Good night.